Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I said let's clean up any residue that you left behind yesterday, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually. I suggest you clean that up so you don't carry that baggage over today and wonder why you're angry, anxiety, resentful, and have no energy. That's you carrying that bag over to the next day. And remember, yesterday's gone. We are not promised tomorrow. All we have is today. All right, I'm going to go over the list of all the things that control us. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people-pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everybody around you but yourself, distractions everywhere, then you have nothing but excuses and you play poor victim me. Gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, being in a relationship with a man or a woman mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, sexually, abusing one another, and you may want to add to the list. Okay, today I want to talk about ego, the power of ego, not knowing how to surrender thyself, and accepting things the way they are, respecting the way things in the way they are. And remember, this is an inner job, and not trying to control things to your liking, because in the end, you can't change anybody but ourselves. We hurt ourselves every time we try to control, every time we try to change and make things the way we want them. This is a real hard one for me. All my life, I was very controlling. Since I was 10 years old, I was running the show and controlling everything around me the way I wanted it. And I was willing to take the consequences, and some of them weren't pretty at all. That's where the beatings came in when I didn't come home. I knew the consequences. And again, control and ego, easing greatness out, easing good out, ego, easing God out, however you want to look at it, that my way or the highway. Well, that gets you nowhere fast, and that's what causes a lot of pain. And for me, when my ex-husband was away and he was in prison, things that I did that I could not control, that's why I loved exercising and running when I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure that I couldn't control. After I worked out, I was able to decompress and then get my head quiet and focus on what I can and cannot control. And that's why I suggest for you to do things for yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally. When we have that balance, nobody can control us, the importance of that balance. So today, this one is like people that you love, people that disappoint you over and over and over again, people that you're living with active addiction, people that may be abusing you or hurting you, whichever way you want to look at it, and you cannot control it. You know that that person is not going to change. Their words mean nothing, their actions say everything. We all have decisions to make. So we can sit there and make the people around us wrong, the people that are destroying us or hurting us, or we can get into action. And for me, I had a situation where I had to get into action right now, filling in a slot that I used to use with my grandchildren. And right now, they are banned from my life because of, for whatever reason, my daughter-in-law does not want me to be around them on the days that I normally get them, but that's okay. That's where she is. That's her go. And again, I have to respect that and not fight it. So I fill it up with something better, something that makes my heart sing. I remember I talked about in the podcast, you do not beg anybody to love you or to see things your way. We cannot do that. That's where the ego comes in. We have to readjust our situations and how we look at our life. And for me, I've been able to step it up with something even greater, things that I love. All my life, I've been there to help people and make things better for everybody else. Now, as I'm getting older, I'm getting more selfish, and I still reach out. I still do great things for people, but I do it in a balance. There's something about that balance, not too much of anything. And this is where you will start to love everything you do. Look at the things that you're doing too much of today and say, why am I doing this? Why do I need their approval? Why am I doing too much for my partner? Why am I doing too much at work? Look at where you're doing way too much. There's a process, there's a need to be liked, there's a need to be approved. Approve to yourself. Do sufficient amount of work and be done. You don't need anybody's approval but yourself and your higher powers. So today I want you to look at, if you're overdoing anything for people to love you, for them to approve of you, cut that shit out, because it's never going to work. They will just use somebody else up and use somebody else up and use somebody else up. That's what they do. That's what manipulators do. That's what narcissists do. And they make you feel like a piece of crap, that you're not good enough, that you have to keep doing more and more and more, that they're so special and you have to bow down to them, whether it's your boss, your partner, your children. I don't care who it is. Nobody is worth killing yourself over. So be realistic about what you're giving, how you're caring. Be generous, but don't be over generous. And look at why you're doing what you're doing. Again, it's about low self-esteem, feeling you have to do more and more and more for people to love and approve of you. Well, that will get you nowhere. If anything, it's going to kill you quicker. And remember, you are the most important thing. You need to set the boundaries. You need to say no, and you need to decide how much you're going to give. And who cares whether or not they approve of you. Make sure you surround yourself with loving, supporting people, period. Balance, not too much of anything. Our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you get in return. The goal for all of us truly is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long, or else we get backed up. A beautiful word, beatitude. I love this word. I'm going to be adding this, beatitude. Being in the highest possible state of happiness, good humor, and contentment with the way things are. Wow. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. People say, I want to be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part, no exceptions. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Hey, you smooth talkers, manipulators, your words mean nothing and your actions say everything. I'm going to read a beautiful saying from Michael Singer. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being always feels as though they are always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. The spiritual journey of constant transformation is to grow. You must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change. Discipline is freedom. The undisciplined mind is like an elephant. If left to blunder around, out of control, it will wreak havoc. Confront the difficult while it's still easy. Accomplish the great tasks by a series of small acts. You must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. Eventually you realize that you cannot actually hurt yourself if you go beyond your psychological limits. If you're willing to just stand at the edge and keep walking, you will go beyond. You used to pull back. It's okay to get uncomfortable. Just break through that wall. Imagine the peace that you could experience if you weren't constantly creating and defending your false self. Okay, Michael Singer. I'm going to read a little part of my book. Again, we're on page 73. This is your awakening, paragraph number 2. You learn that you don't know everything. It's not your job to save the world, and that you can't teach a pig to sing. You learn to distinguish between guilt and responsibility, and the importance of setting boundaries and learning to say no. You learn that the only cross to bear is the one you choose to carry, and that martyrs often get burned at the stake. Oh my gosh, it's amazing how when I read mine, and then I do this actually spontaneously. I never know what it's going to say in my book, and they always seem to coincide with one another. I ended up, when Joe went away, I ended up in rehab after the first year of recovery. I was cracking, and I remember holding my son on the floor, my baby little boy, and just crying and saying, I can't do this anymore. I literally had a mini breakdown, and I needed to get quiet. By saving the world, going back and forth to prison, getting up at 4 in the morning, doing 5 o'clock trainings, being there for my in-laws, being there for my mom and dad, being there for my clients, being there for Joe, being there for my kids. Hello, Mom. Hello, welcome, Grandmas. Hello, welcome to the woman world. Little Miss Queenies, we could do everything, be there for everyone. The guilt, the trying to make up for all the wrongs, and it was overwhelming, and I broke down, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. It's humanly impossible. That's why I talk to you about treating yourself like your best friend. You would never, ever, ever tell your best friend to do that. And when I got quiet, the beautiful gift was in rehab, I was taught I'm only responsible for myself. Everybody else is responsible for their own happiness. That was music to my ears. We cannot, down to our children, it's up to them to make their happiness. It's up to them to make their mistakes. It's up to them to be able to be in their own skin. We can't save them from all their love breaks and this and that. We can listen. We can give feedback. But that's it. They have to go through it. They have to process it. We need to stop taking on other people's pain, other people's bullshit, down to our partners. If they're sick and they're not doing what they need to be doing, that is their job to get themselves well. Just like if we're sick, this is our job to get ourselves well. We can't do it for somebody else. We don't need to take on other people's suffering. What we can do is be an example, stay strong, do the next right thing, don't gossip, don't feed into the drama, do all the right things for yourself throughout the day. And guess what? That is powerful. And we teach everybody else around us to do the same, and watch the domino effect of having a healthy, beautiful world around us. Stop the people pleasing, stop the enabling. That's what's destroying ourselves. Control, people pleasing, enabling, and cleaning up other people's shit. No more. That's it. Today, focus on yourself. Clean up what you need to do. Make yourself happy. Get that balance mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, sexually. All right. Work on one thing at a time. Eventually, it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. Do one of these things for 30 days. In 1 year, it will change your life. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you today? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Everything we do is a practice and a discipline to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I'm in charge of all my decisions. I know when it's time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. We cannot do it alone. We always lie to ourselves. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I'm willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day you don't want to do to have a successful day. My 2 things are always getting up early, doing my podcast, doing my workout, and keeping my food clean, and the rest will follow. We can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. The greatest gift you can give yourself. You can reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com. Leave your number, and I will go over my workshops and my books. If you want to learn about my services, Life in Harmony, online.com. I will go over my services with you. And remember, I'm doing the podcast Monday through Friday. And hit that round button that says L and hit subscribe. And remember, I want you to start with podcast number 1, number 2, number 3. You need to do it in order to receive this information properly so you don't overwhelm yourself. And remember, I want you to have a phenomenal day today. And thank you for listening.